Alright, Shalom, Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Yahushai, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations and blessings to the elect, pushing the truth of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. This lesson is basically dealing with leisure, alright, leisure time to focus on this word. As the apostles push us, it is the year of the push. Really, the apostles always been pushing it, but they're pushing us younger brothers to push our weight, because we are workers, we are laborers. This is our profession, this is our career, man. This comes first. All right. So I'm going to start with Ecclesiasticus 38, verse 24. All right. It says, "The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure." It says, "And he that hath little business shall become wise." And see, that's a good scripture, man, because it says that the wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure. And I got the word leisure here. This is from the concise English dictionary. The word leisure, as you see right here, it says Old French "leisure" original is from the Latin "to be allowed." Noun, freedom from business, occupation, or hurry. Time at one's own disposal, unoccupied time, opportunity, convenience. That was basically the word, but from the Latin it means to be allowed. So you gotta allow yourself, man, to push this word. You gotta make time. All right. Oh, I don't got time to do it. You gotta make time, man. All right. Like the brothers, the brother Kazakh and the other brother in Mississippi. Like they said, you can't do 2 videos a day, and it could be 5, 10, 15-minute videos, man. Like I'm doing on my cell phone right now. We all got these fancy cell phones, man. Don't play around, man. Like brothers used to do videos on their old ass Nokia. I used to do videos on my old ass Nokia phone, man. Badass fucking quality, but I still did it. And the Most High blessed me with a camera. So we all got these smartphones, man. Stop playing. If not, you can get a decent camera for $100 fucking, man. Go on Kijiji and find it. All right. But you have leisure time, man. You can make leisure time for the truth. All right. So you gotta allow yourself to make time. All right. Because if you're busy with the world and following the world's program, you're gonna be sifted out of there, man. Plain and simple. So it says, "And he that hath little business shall become wise." Meaning, if you want this truth, guess what? You got to put it in. If you're a fighter and you want to be good, you want good technique, you want good cardio and stamina, endurance, all of that nice, good stuff, you got to put the time in. You can't look at a guy like John Jones, Anderson Silva, and say, "My God, I want to be like them." But you don't train half as hard as they do. Right? So you wanna live up to the standard, man. The standard is really what you see the apostles doing. That's the standard. So you got to live up to that, man. All right? You got to try to push yourself. Do basics. Remember, there's brothers that don't know what you know. There's brothers that are waking up every day, really, and they don't know the breakdown of Adam and Eve. Was it just Adam and Eve? They don't know the breakdown of the Virgin Mary. They don't know the breakdown of the name Yahweh, Yahushai in Hebrew. There's so many things to do that are basic, that take 10 to 15 minutes to explain, and you have fed some brother, man, today. All right? Your video got 1, 2, 3, 4 views. You fed someone, man. Or at least you warned them. Simple. Your blood is off their hands. And I really like the scripture, man. This is a long scripture. I like it, though. Right? It says, verse 25, "How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the goat, that driveth oxen, and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of bullocks?" Going into the farmers. So if your labors of farming and doing this, working the plow, how can you get wise? And it's just like, I think it was The Matrix, or one of those movies that are deep. Basically, they're going into how, look at all these people. They have so many things to do, and there's everyone that's playing their part. And that's true. There's everyone playing their part in the world. But guess what? You happen to be the part, talking to the men of the Most High. You happen to play the part of a prophet. The Most High, yeah, you got your little bullshit job or whatever hustle you got that's lawful. Yeah, you're doing that to get your daily bread, but really, man, your occupation, your spot and lot in this world, right? Like David said, "Thou maintainest my lot." Your lot in this world is to push the truth. You're a prophet of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So guess what? Your job and concern should be studying this word to build yourself up in this word. All right. Verse 26. He giveth his mind to make furrows, and is diligent to give the kind fodder, right, which is food. Verse 27. So every carpenter and workmaster that laboreth night and day, and they that cut and grave seals, and are diligent to make great variety, and give themselves to counterfeit images, and watch to finish a work. Yeah, man, carpenters. But guess what? You got brothers in the truth that are carpenters. You got brothers in the truth working different trades, man. Electricianers, drywall, all right, and tapering, all right, concrete foundation. Brothers doing all kinds of work. I've done different kinds of work. I've done HVAC, heating, ventilation, air conditioning. But that's bullshit, man. That doesn't mean shit. You know, I can tell you from my own personal little experience that I've had on this earth, being a prophet of the Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that's bullshit, man. You might think, yeah, yo, if I stick in this thing 2-3 years, I'll learn a lot and I'll get money, man. I'll get $40 an hour, you know, $60 an hour. Hey, you can make $60 an hour in Ontario, at least I know, in Canada, doing air conditioning, man. If you have your air conditioning license and you're working on air conditioners, those big industrial ones, man, you can make a lot of money. You can make up to $60 an hour. If you have your gas license and you're working on boilers and water heaters and things like that, you can make $40 an hour, right? But that's bullshit, man. I've had those thoughts, but you know what? I had to snap the fuck out of it. I'm just doing my little thing to get my meal, man. Some brothers are blessed to make some money, but guess what? As much as they make, they also give away. That's in Proverbs, man. There's one that man, I'm trying to remember that. That's a beautiful scripture, but you know, I can't really remember it. But there is one that giveth away, something like that. I'm trying to find that scripture. But basically, yeah, man, all that work is really bullshit, man. You know, when you really come into this truth, you'll understand what this thing is about. And when you've been in this work for you know, a couple of years, you'll get the gist of it, and you'll really know what to do. And guess what? Then you'll have a choice. Oh, I gotta do this, or I can do that. Right? You'll have that judgment. Say, okay, I know what to do, man. Yeah, I know what to do, but the thing is actually doing it. Right? See, and that's a blessing, man. That's why I was saying, you got brothers every day. They're coming in, and guess what? You're learning, and then like the elders say, you become complacent. You say, oh, I know so many things, man. Does that mean you shifted in park and you just fucking chill there? No. You got to shift that motherfucker into 6th gear, man. You know, step on the gas pedal. All right. You know what I mean? You gotta push it even harder, man. Because like I said, there's brothers that don't know what you know. There's so many things you know, and that's a big blessing, man. That you know these things that you through your pride become complacent knowing. And it's like, the brothers that don't know those things, you know, you can show them the breakdowns, man. You know, you can show them these things. That's a beautiful thing. And you should be doing that. Basic breakdowns, man. That's why it says in Apocrypha, don't go above your way, basically. I'm roughly paraphrasing, but don't go above what you can. You know, for more is shown unto you than anyone else, man. All these regular peons, they don't know the name of the Most High and His Son. You know, they think that Mary's a virgin and an everlasting virgin at that. You know, I can't find a scripture, but it's all right, man. It basically talking about there's one that scattereth, and yet, you know, it cometh back to him, roughly paraphrasing, man. Because, yeah, man, there's brothers that make a lot, but they'll give it away, and guess what? The Most High will return it back unto them tenfold, man. Because, you know, brothers, you know, oh, and brother, my car broke down. You know, here's $500, bro. You know, they just got it, and they give it, you know. Rather than, you know, I need this for some bullshit, man. You got food, you know, you have shelter, and the brother's in need, and you don't give it to him. You know, that's some bullshit attitude, man. That's a bullshit spirit. Verse 28. It says, the smith also sitting by the anvil and considering the ironwork, the vapor of the fire wasteth his flesh, and he fighteth with the heat of the furnace. The noise of the hammer and the anvil is ever in his ears, and his eyes look still upon the patterns of the thing that he maketh. He setteth his mind to finish his work, and watcheth to polish it perfectly. So doeth the potter, sitting at his work, and turning the wheel about with his feet, who is always carefully set at his work, and maketh all his work by number. Meaning these guys are diligent, man. Their craft is their name, their reputation. And that's how you gotta look at it. This is your craft. The scriptures are your craft, man. So it's your reputation. So if you're at camp and you know, the leaders of camps and the commanders on down, you know, if the leader doesn't come one day and he says, hey, brother, you're in charge, man, that's your name. And really, that's the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua you represent. That's the highest power. You represent the apostles. You know, this is a name, a reputation, and this is your craft. So you have to be, hey, you got to be crafty. You got to be wise as a serpent. And you got to practice that craft, and you have to hold up to that reputation. So it's a very serious thing. It's a very serious responsibility. So these guys, hey, they would make a work, and the work would break. You know, he'd sell it to someone, and this guy say, oh my God, this guy's a terrible blacksmith. And then the town's blacksmith will become a joke. And then the better guy comes around and everyone flocks to him, and that guy's out of business, man. You don't want to be out of business in this truth. All right, you want to constantly trade. It says, so doth the potter polish it, so doth the potter sitting at his work and turning the wheel about with his feet, who is always carefully set at his work, and maketh all his work by number. He fashioneth the clay with his arm, and boweth down his strength before his feet. He applieth himself to lead it over, and he is diligent to make clean the furnace. All these trust to their hands, and everyone is wise in his work. Without these cannot a city be inhabited, and they shall not dwell where they will, nor go up and down. They shall not be sought for in public council, nor sit high in the congregation, for they shall not sit on the judgment seat, nor understand the sentence of the judgment. They cannot declare justice and judgment, and they shall not be found where parables are spoken. See, so these are normal operations of the world. All right, these are normal operations, things that must happen, people that must inhabit the city for it to operate normally. Yes, we understand that. So guess what, brothers? Some brothers do these works that we just read. But guess what? Your main operation, that's why it's a special thing to be a prophet, man. This is a very special thing. This is a gift from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It's a very special thing, man. That's what you really learn when you come in this work. It's a special thing to be a prophet of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right, you can have these are secondary. See, so they're not going to sit in judgment. They're not going to know justice or judgment. They can't declare or understand parables. You can declare these things, man. You can understand these things. When they're at your work and these people are bugging out over Brexit, and they think, oh, it can't get any worse than that, or Venezuela, you're there laughing in your head saying, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, you know, and understanding these things, man. All right, so yeah, that's the normal operation of a city, man. So I'm gonna finish off at verse 34. It says, but they will maintain the state of the world and all their desires in the work of their craft. Yeah, they're gonna maintain the state of the earth, man, the whole world. So you got engineers, electricians, laborers, carpenters, fucking, you know, craftsmiths, lawyers, whatever, man, computer technicians, whatever, man, all those positions. But the special thing about being a prophet is you have that as a secondary profession. That's just your thing to get by in the world, man. You know, you have to always worry about your spiritual, your spiritual journey, man, your spiritual path, as God says, right? That was a short lesson. I hope brothers ratified. Basically, the point is, your profession, your career is this truth. And you have all these people doing all these things in the world, maintaining it, yes, roadside people, janitors, fucking, everyone, man, doing their part. And you have a job similar to what people are doing, but you're not here to maintain the earth, man. That's not your desire, or it's not supposed to be your desire. If that's your desire, then you're not a man of the Lord, man. The Most High is not dealing with you. You're supposed to maintain this truth. You're supposed to build in this truth and feed the elect and seek out your own salvation. All right, through the grace and spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You know, and that was basically it. I want to say Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai Tham Yad, for this truth, letting me push this truth out. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect pushing the truth of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And yeah, man, basically just remember, this is your profession, man. You know, if Lord's will, I can get one more scripture. You know, I don't have my concordance here. I'm using my phone. Trying to find the scripture, man. It's in Hebrews. Salakia brothers. Just 1 second. Trying to find the scripture, man. It's just basically going into how that this word. Oh, here it is. The water. This is Hebrews 10:23. It says, "Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for He is faithful that promised." So let us hold fast the profession. Profession. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look that word up. You know, that sounds like a good word, but yeah, this is our profession, man. People ask, "Oh, what's your profession? What's your line of work?" Well, guess what? If you're a prophet of the Most High, it's said and done, man. You're not a fucking carpenter. You're not a fucking Uber driver. You're not a, you know, whatever you're doing, man. Your profession is this word. You know, here's the word profession. Right? The word profession, the act of professing a declaration and avowal. I'm gonna try to go down. I'm not sure if it has an etymology. This dictionary is kind of sloppy. Let's see. One who makes his living by some art, sport, etc., as distinguished from one who engages in it for pleasure. Professionalism, the quality, stamp, or spirit of a profession, the employment of professionals, especially in sports. All right, so basically it means, you know, I can look up the word profess as well. It has an etymology there. It's from the Latin past participle of profitare. Up here it says to make open or public declaration of, or obviously when we profess this truth, we're outside in the highways and byways. To affirm one's skill of proficiency in, to undertake the teaching or practice of an art or science, etc., to teach as a professor, to lay claim to make a show of, to pretend, to be or do, which we're doing, we're not pretending. All right, if you're pretending, then you're in the wrong line of work, man. You gotta hit up Hollywood, man. You know, get an agent. To act as a professor, to make protestations or show of. Okay, so this is, yeah, man, this is, we're professing the truth. This is your profession, this is your career, man. And I believe if you look up this word in Hebrew, or Slavic Greek, it actually means like a career, profession. All right, so yeah, that was it. So I say until next time, Shalom.